How are we doing, everybody?
Hola,
Welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggly with It. I'm Will.
I'm Adri.
And what are we playing today?
Harrow County.
Harrow County. So Harrow County is currently up on Kickstarter, and we figured it is a great way to start off our spooky week, or our Halloween week, or our scary week, or our gothic conflict horror week. I don't know. We just figured, a good way to start off. And of course, their Kickstarter is ending this week. So we figured this will give everybody a last chance to see how this game plays and see if it's for you. Harrow County, at its core, is really a two-player game, but it does have a solo mode, it does have a three-player mode, and they do have an expansion that will allow it to go to a four-player mode. But I really feel like at its core, it's a two-player mode, and they even allow the components for the three and four-player. There's a new stretch goal unlock that they're working on. I think you got to solve some puzzles, if I'm not mistaken, and you'll be able to use those components in a two-player game. So you'll be able to use the expansion for the four-player and the three-player character and combine them together. Now, Harrow County is played over chapters to kind of ease you into the game, slowly introducing new rules. The full game is unlocked technically after Chapter 4. Chapter 5 is where you add the three-player mode and or solo mode. So we're going to go over the two-player version at Chapter 2. So there will be some things that are already advanced, and I'll mention those. And then, of course, if you want to know about the Chapter 3, Chapter 4, there's some good videos up on the Kickstarter page that goes over those differences. That said, let me go ahead and flip over the camera, and we will get started. All right, so there we go. We are set up for a two-player game of Harrow County, and why is that?
Because there are two...
Well,
what is this?
There's one protector and one family. Well, we're not monsters. You're a witch. I guess technically because there's two witches, because we're both witches.
Okay, there are two witches in this county.
Two witches in this county. So, of course, Harrow County is based off of the comic book and graphic novel series by Dark Horse Comics. I did get a chance to read it beforehand. I think it's like 36 issues. Pretty different. I didn't disenjoy it, but it is definitely not of Audrey's vein, so she did not get to read the comic. Now, what we're trying to do is we each have our own objectives we're trying to accomplish to get to a score of 7 points. I am the blue here, I am the family, and I'm trying to destroy Harrow County. So you can see there are 3 buildings out there that I'm trying to destroy, and I do that by placing out my storms and trying to build a path all the way to my home, where I start. Audrey, on the other hand, they are the protectors of Harrow County. So they are trying to stop me from hurting the citizens, because basically the witch created these citizens. They are blasphemous to this family. They don't believe that she should have used her magic in that way. So of course, she wants to protect them because Emmy grew up there. The way that occurs is she needs to make a path from the citizens, from the townsfolk, back to their home using her haints, which are basically like her little minions, her little helpers, and her paths. So for example, if she had this path token here, now she's got a full line and she can get them there, and that scores her 2 points. Of course, if I destroy a building, that gets me 2 points. Now, she doesn't have to have a full path at the time. As soon as she does have a path, she can go ahead and start moving them. Me, on the other hand, I have to have the full path. And the reason for that is my storms stay, while Audrey's haints can be defeated in battle. So, what can we do on our turns? So, on our turns, we have 4 mason jars that we're going to break or use to be able to accomplish our objectives. The first mason jar up here is a wild mason jar. That allows you to perform actions based on the number of wild tokens you have. We both start with 1, and this number is going to go up every time you use your wild token. So the first time you use it, you will be able to take 2 of your actions. So it's really good. Probably you would almost use it every single turn. The second thing you can do is attack. In order to attack, you need to be within 2 range on a mountain. If you are the attacker on a mountain, you can be within 3 range. And we're going to use this fancy smancy cube tower to drop cubes down in there based on our strength. As long as we have more or equal to our opponent that we are attacking, the defender, then we can spend 2 of those cubes to get rid of a haint. If we're in the brambles, I guess the brambles hurt you more, so it only takes 1 cube to defeat somebody there. The next thing we can do is our action abilities. So for Audrey, she has already actions here that she can do. She can move 3 times. I'm sorry, she can summon 3 times, she can move 3 times, or she can strengthen, add more cubes to her space. And as she collects more of these little tokens out here, these are going to upgrade. Me, on the other hand, mine is more of a bag builder because, again, I have a slight advantage because my paths are permanent. So kind of the way that that is offset is I'm blind bagging it. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I have to draw from my bag and do what it says. So at the beginning, I get to draw 4, give back 1, so I can do 3 actions. And as I upgrade, that amount gets higher. So movement is 3 movement for Audrey's default. So if she wanted to move, she can move everybody as a group as far as she wants, or she could move and maybe split off, move and then split off and get her 3 or 4 movement that way. For the, we already went over the strengthen. For the summon, same thing. She can summon up to 3 haints, and she can either put them where she is as her legend or on the building, where basically her home where she started. Same with me. The difference is I only get to do 1 or 2 or 3 based again on the number of tiles I pulled. So if I were to pull, for example, 2 and 1, so say this is what I pulled out of my bag, then I would be able to strengthen twice and I would be able to move once. All right, so that's the action thing. And then the last thing is our actual abilities. So Audrey's ability allows her to add red cubes. She has lots and lots of red cubes. I only have 3 more because we are limited to 6 total during a battle. But Audrey can have these cubes added to anywhere she has haints. If they are involved in an attack, then this cube gets added to her pool. With the legend, if it goes into the square with the red cube, she gets to add it as well. But if she adds one to where she is, she doesn't get to pick it up immediately. So that's her first ability. The second is her barbed wire and paths. So barbed wire prevents that square that she puts the barbed wire in from anything happening in it. So I can't place my storms in it. People can't go into it. It's basically an off-limit square. Now, Audrey has the ability to move them around as she sees fit. So basically, say she was trying to block off me from getting this house. So she's like, well, I'm going to put that there to try to prevent that. And then maybe later she had another one. So she's like, okay, I'm going to put that there to prevent that. But I find some other way to get there, which would basically be like that. She could later just pick this up and then move it somewhere else when she activates the ability. The second thing is the path. So I already showed how she could use the path as part of her path for getting the townsfolk home, but she could also use the path for her own movement because this is a 0 move section. So say we did that move action again, we went 1, 2, 3. This could be a free move for 4 because this reduces it by 1. If she had it on a mountain, it would reduce the mountain by 1. Okay? And she'll unlock more of those as she upgrades with these little pieces of paper, these scrolls. And that's what these icons are. These are upgrade abilities that I can use, upgrade abilities that Audrey can use to upgrade our characters. I can also use what's in my bag to upgrade my character. And if one of our characters is in one of these spots at the end of our turn or the end of our round, we'll be able to pick up these to upgrade our character. I think that's it. Did I go over everything? The abilities?
I think so.
Oh, I didn't go over my person's ability. Odessa, basically I can take 3 cubes from the pool. I can bring them aside. And then when I attack, I automatically get these 3 on top of whatever actually comes out of the cube
but you
tower.
said you only have 6, so there's.
I only have 6, so I'm really confused about that. I don't know if some are missing. Again, this was a prototype. We may be opening that up to get more out. But there were only 6 of this color. But there were more than 6 of an aqua color. So I'm wondering if they didn't have enough and they gave me aquas. They probably did. So let me grab those aquas because that does seem like if they get stuck in here, then I wouldn't have 6 anymore. Yeah, because it's 6 there, not 6 in the game. So let me pull those aqua cubes out. Because these were in the same box as the
There are no
blue ones.
aqua characters?
No, there's no aqua characters. How many cubes do you have? 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 16 here.
I counted 17, but maybe it's 16.
Plus the 3 there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all right. So I'll add these to mine. All right. Because yeah, you're right. Now as I was explaining the rules, I'm like, well, what happens if I have
18?
Yeah. So that's fine. Okay, we'll pull mine out too. All right. So that is attacking. That is actions. The second thing, my ability. And there are more of these little ability tiles. So with some of the other characters, there are additional characters. You can go out to Kickstarter and see them. So there is a lot of variability in the asymmetric powers. But my current ability allows me to place a storm
Hurricane.
where I am. Normally, I'll place a storm wherever I end at the end of the round. I'll place one. But this allows me to place a storm where I am at that time. Once I upgrade it, I can start moving these tokens closer to the storm. I can start moving my haints closer to the storm. And at the very end, I'll be able to move Audley's haints closer to the storm. All right, so that's the base game. That's chapter 1. Chapter 2 adds the upgrade cards and the tactic cards. It also does a variable setup for all of the upgrade tokens. So what the upgrade cards allow me to do is on my turn when I take my action, if I draw, for example, if I draw this token here, which is the strengthen token, and I happen to have the strengthen card in my hand, I don't know if I do, I haven't looked at them yet, then I'll be able to discard the regular token and replace it with the 2 strengthen token. And there's a bunch more in here that allow me to upgrade other things. All right. And then Audrey has tactic cards. So mine is once per round because I can only take the action phase once. But Audrey, on the other hand, has tactic cards. So on each one of her turns, at any point during her turn, beginning or end, she can play one of her tactics cards. It cannot be in the middle of her turn. So for example, if she's doing a movement, she can't move 3, play an action, then move 2 more. It either has to be at the beginning, before she's taken the action, or the end after she's taken the action. But that's what gets added for chapter 2. Chapter 3 starts adding things like extra bonuses and all kinds of fun stuff. But like I said, you can watch those videos on the YouTubes. Well, they're on the Kickstarter page too. All right. So that is it. I honestly forget who goes first. It probably said something like whoever burnt a witch at the stake last gets to go first, but that's not how we choose to go first. We choose by that thing that you can't reach. So we're going to go with our backup here.
I can't reach it with my handy dandy.
Well, you can go with our backup D20.
Okay, we're going to do that with our backup 20-sided die for Helping Children's Miracle Network with donations that you can also do for the niños using the links down below.
Para los niños. And actually, I just realized, no, you don't actually roll that because protectors go first. It took me a minute to remember, but protectors go first. That means you get to go first, which is really fun when we play a brand new game because we do, again. We are going to make rules mistakes. We apologize for that. The publisher may let us know what rules mistakes we made down below to give you guys some clarity. But that's because we want to give you guys a real first impressions. And if we played the game before, that's kind of hard to do. All right, so that means Audrey gets to go first. So she has the first player marker, which is our D20, I guess. There's a lamp in there somewhere. I heard it did ding. Somebody wants to send me a message. Not right now. We are in the middle of streaming.
I start moving.
So you start, okay, well, no, you got to choose one of your mason jars.
Oh, one of my mason jars.
You got to choose one of your mason jars.
This is again one wild.
That one is a wild, which allows you to take 1 action. Well, you'll be able to take 2 because you'll end up having 2 wilds as soon as you take that one. So your actions are your spawn, move, or strengthen.
Yes, that.
All right, so flip that over.
Yes.
And then you get this. And again, these stay. These never go away. They just keep building up. All right, so you get to take 2 actions.
So if I move, I move.
You can move everybody together. You can leave somebody behind. You kind of don't want to move them by themselves because it's kind of a waste of moving. Because remember, you're trying to build a trail to here.
But why do I start with 3?
Well, 4, because you're legend 2.
Oh, okay.
So that would be 1. And then what you would do is normally then you're going to split to go leave somebody behind 2. Now, best bet is to take your legend as far as possible so then you could maybe spawn some more haints on your legend further out, right?
So can I take the legend and one of these thingies?
Well, you just take them all because you want to keep.
But I thought you said how one somebody.
Well, not
has
him. You want to leave one behind.
One behind. Okay, one.
So you could have done that here too. So you could have left one there, and then you go. So that's 1. That's 2. And then if you wanted to, you could go then 3 or 3. And it's really your choice which upgrade you would like.
This is what?
This one allows you to do more movement as you upgrade it. This one allows you to summon more as you upgrade it.
Movement.
Right, well, we got to leave it there.
Oh.
You may not be there at the end of the turn. I may attack you and you may get pushed away. All right? So that is your first action for your wild. What is your second action? So you can either, you could move again, which really you can't because, I mean, you could. You just move your person. You can strengthen by adding cubes, or you can spawn 3 more of your little haints.
3 more of my little haints.
Okay, so put those right here, your 3 little minions. Again, you can put them here or your home, but it makes most sense there because you're trying to get here, right? You're also trying to make sure that I don't take you out. All right. And again, I feel like that is the best move. Like, why wouldn't you do that first? So, actually, no. I'm not going to do that.
That is something better.
I'm actually going to do my ability first. So that way I can go ahead and get started by putting a... Everybody get in the circle. So that way I can go ahead and get my storm out. I get to take 3 strength cubes out of there. So I automatically get 3 strength, 1 in attack. And then right now I don't get to actually move anything because I haven't upgraded this yet. So now it's your turn.
So now I get this one?
No. That's into the round.
Okay.
So we get to take 3 total turns. Oh, I didn't even look at my upgrades. Oh, I can't use them.
I'm going to move here.
Oh, hang on. You can't do that quite yet. Go back.
Mm.
Remember your tactics. Don't forget you have your tactics cards. Remember, you have to choose one of these. So you can attack. You can take an action.
So always first step is to choose one mace.
This is how you determine your turns. There's basically 3 turns per round because you use 3 of your mason jars. So you can attack, you can take one of your actions, which includes moving, or you can
and for attack, can I attack right there?
You have to be within 2. So 1, 2. That is 2 away. So you can attack, or again, you can take an action and move.
I'm going to attack.
You want to take an action and move.
I want to move and take an action. Take an action and move.
I'm going to show you why. All right. So you want to take an action and move. I didn't come in and stop you, and I should have, right? But so now you can move up to 3, right? So you go 1.
But it was gonna move on. You said no. Because I didn't flip the jar.
1. Yeah, because you didn't flip the jar. 1. And then you can move these little guys up here. Maybe just one of these guys here for 2. And you technically have a 3rd movement. So you can move somewhere else if you want to get you another upgrade thing. But because you've got that path now,
he can go home.
He can go home. He is rescued. And that immediately gets you 2 points. No, not 15 points. 1, 2. I'm not sure why it goes up to 15. Because 7 is winning. So I don't know if later in the game it makes you do that, or maybe the solo mode. But you see why that was a better... Because I didn't stop you. I should have stopped you. I should have attacked you and tried to get rid of some of your people. I basically gave you those points. And then I don't know if you have to take the 3rd movement. I don't remember if it said you had to take all of your movement or if it's up to that number. Let me go back to movement. spawning, mason jar, wild, strengthen, attacking. Where is movement? Oh, movement. It costs 1 move or move 1 or more units from one to another. Imagine generator. Can only be maximum 4 units in a hex. You can move multiple units that are on the same hex. Pick and drop off units as you move around the map. Can't move into a hex occupied by an enemy. Costs 1 move to move to mountains. Protection movement. Doesn't say you have to use all your movement. So I guess the last movement, if you don't have, I mean, you can. You could move her 1 more if you wanted to pick up another upgrade, I guess.
So I move only 1. Could be this.
Yeah, you should. You had 3 movement, and you only used 2. So yeah, so you could do that. So you can pick up another upgrade. Yep.
I don't. When do I pick up?
At the end of the round. All right. So I'm going to do my wild action. All right. And when I do my wild action, I get to do this twice. So I get to draw 4, put 1 back. This bag is very tiny. 1, 2, 3, 4. Prototype, by the way. All right, so I have 3 movement plus a strengthen. Okay, so I think I'm going to put 1 of the movement back. I'm going to strengthen. So that puts 1 of my cubes in there. And then I get 2 movement. So I'm going to go... oops, come here, little guys. You guys all come with me. Mine are ugly compared to yours. Yours are like little...
Cats. Rats.
Cat goblin things. Mine are like skulls. So I'm going to go 1. Right? And then I'm going to go 2. Maybe. Yeah. Yep, so that's my 2 movement and my 1 strengthen. And I get to do an action again. I'm gonna go ahead and use 1 of my upgrade. 1 of my movement tokens is an upgrade that turn instead of putting it back. I get to do 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I think I want to do this. I'll put that one back. I'm going to strengthen. And then I get to spawn 1 with me. All right. Let me double check the storm. I think the storm is the end of my turn. Chapter 30. Nope. Where we go? All right, here we go. At the end of my turn, if your legend is on a hex that doesn't have a storm, okay, but I can't place a storm on the bramble, so we're good. So yeah, this is the end of my turn. All right, so now it's mason jar, and don't forget your cards. Oh, and
You said I can use 1.
Actually, I should have done this. Sorry. I should have upgraded. I'm going to discard that to upgrade my. I forgot which cards I had. To upgrade my my strengthen, so it actually would have been 3 strengthen that turn. And then I'm going to take this summon. I'm going to upgrade here, and that gets me another upgrade card. Right, and I'll put these all back in my bag. So now I have my upgraded strengthen. So I don't need that anymore. So you have attack and you have use your ability. So use your ability is going to put your tokens all over the place. Plus, then you can place the barbed wire or.
And this is the only time I can do that. Is just 1 time?
Yes.
Because then I have something I could use before doing that.
Before you take your action?
Can we play that now?
Yeah. Anytime when you're
Spawn a haint?
spawn a haint on a hex with the
it.
townsfolk.
So I
Okay.
know I'm close to this one,
Yeah.
but
No, but yeah, because that'd make it easier because then you just
Uh-huh.
move these guys over and you've got another path.
yeah.
All
See?
right. Yep. And then so discard that. And then again, you won't get to draw another one until you hit one of yours gets up to level 3. See, so I had leveled up, so I got to draw a new card. I got to remember which ones they are now, though.
But now I choose what to do from here.
Yes. So attack or use your power.
I think I should attack. But can they attack or how?
Yes, but you are at the disadvantage. But yes, you can attack.
But can they also?
You have one guy that would be attacking my
Any.
3.
Any, no, it doesn't have to be him. Her.
They have to be within. Yeah, anybody can attack.
I want to do
Or
that.
you can try to power your people up first with her ability by putting those red cubes out.
Oh, okay. I just want to do this.
Okay, so put a red cube on all of your haints. So you use your ability. One there.
And then
One there.
him.
Yep. So if I attack any of these, you're going to get 1 extra free cube. And then it allows you to either put down the path or the barbed wire somewhere on the board. You did the top one, now you're doing your barbed wire. So you can put your barbed wire or your path anywhere else. So barbed wire prevents anything from being done to that square, including movement. The path makes it free, makes like -1 movement to go through that square.
So this is
So
going
if you,
to be
if
to
you look
protect
at
my...
if you look at what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to go here,
So
here. Now I can't have a person on it. It has to be basically an empty spot. So you won't be able to do it here, but
But
over
here.
on this side you'd be able to stop me from going like that. Right? So like you'd put it there and that'd force me to go further.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would stop me from being able to go from here to here to here. Right now I've
Okay.
got to go here to here to here to here. I've got to go the long way around.
Okay.
Right. So that's what your barbed wire. It prevents me from placing my storms, pretty much. All right. So that was your 3rd turn. All right. So I am going to attack, so you can play with the wonderful cube tower. So I'm going to attack. So I'm going to attack with these 3 to this one here. So I have the advantage. So I get 1 additional cube. So you grab all the cubes. Mine and yours.
So you have here 5.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep. And then your 3. Plus the 1 here, because I'm attacking
That one.
that one where you put up a cube, your defense, and you drop them all down the box.
Uh-oh. Somebody jumped.
All right. So now we have to see how many of each came out.
All of them?
No, I don't think that was all of them. So
All of mine.
I've got 4. You've got 4. Plus I've got 3 from my saved. So I definitely have enough to beat yours. So I will discard 2, right? To get rid of that guy. All right. And then I could continue to attack that location if there was more in there. There's not more in there. So I can't keep attacking that location. So this is for next time. That's how many we each have now.
Is it possible that the ones that are there come off?
Yeah, because they're sitting on like this grate, so they could get tapped and knocked down and all go down in there. All right. So now we need to do the end of round. Now this is one thing, and I hope and I imagine they'll have some type of player aid, because now I got to go through the end round steps to make sure that we do them right. Here we go. So check to see. Oops. I killed one of your guys, so I get 1 point for that. Nope, that's 15. So I get 1 point for that. All right. So end of round. Check to see if player's in the brambles. I am in the brambles. So I get 1 point for being in the brambles. And then check to see if a player has scored enough points to win. No. Switch first player token. Refresh mason jars. Oh, we forgot to pick these up. Maybe we were supposed to pick those up at the end of our turn. collect ability tokens. Oh, clean up and ending your turn. Yeah, so it was end of your turn. End of your turn, you can't have more than 6 in there, and we should have collected the ability tokens. I have none to collect, but you have plenty to collect. So technically, you had that one. You had this one. You would have had that one because you were there at the end of your turn. This one. Wow, you've upgraded a bunch. This one. All right, so you do get to draw 1 card. So we did mess that up. So she would have had those. Audrey would have had a couple upgrades. I don't know if that would have affected the outcome. But yeah, she would have had some upgrades. All right. So did that. Now we refresh the mason jars. And I messed up too because I should have had Odessa stay behind, and then I would have been able to put a storm there. So now I'm gonna have to have Odessa go back. All right, that's fine. Okay, so I get to go first. I'm going to do. Yeah, see, like I don't understand why you would ever do this. I don't understand why you would do the. I guess if you want to do like you did an extra action, because the wild is really your action. Okay. So you've got too much of a path. So I'm going to what I got? I got 3. It's 4 to 4 over there. No, 5 to 4. 5 to 4, but I have the advantage, and I know I've got a couple more in there. So I'm actually going to attack. So I'm going to attack. Doesn't matter. I'll attack this one to this one, which means you get the extra cube. I have the advantage, so I get 1 extra cube as well. Everything. Yep. Nope. Grab all the cubes.
Oh, you're attacking.
I'm attacking. And you're defending. All right. And so what are we at? We got 3 for me, 3 for Audrey. So that is a same or better. So that means I win. I discard 2. And that gets rid of your peoples. But you gotta think, you have more cubes in that thing than I do now, because I've already discarded 4 cubes to do that. But that does give me 1 point. Now, in later chapters, you actually have to defeat more at one time in a battle to be able to get a single point. So at first it's 1, then it's 2, then it's 3. But in chapter 2, it's still 1. All right, so that was my turn. So which one are you going to do?
So now I am going to play something.
She's going to play a card. But going to play a card.
Hunting Vision. It says play before choosing a mason jar action. This turn you can activate 2 mason jar actions, completing 1 before starting the second. But you do not gain any bonus tiles this round. I don't know what the bonus tile is.
Yes. Yeah.
So I can complete 2, but I have to do 1 first.
Activate 2 mason jar actions, completing 1 before starting the second. But yeah. So you basically get to do 2 mason jars this turn. Yep.
I can only play 1.
Yes, you can only play 1 per turn.
I need to put people's here.
Okay,
right?
well that means you'll need to move there.
No.
You need to move there and spawn.
So I'm going to do move. Moving
is any action, so you can either do this one or this one. Now this will let you again do 2 things. Well, 3 actually. 3 actions if you do the wild.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Flip that, so that gets you wild.
So I'm going to move
as your first one, so you can move up to 4 now.
And I move how? From here?
Yeah, wherever you want. So if you're trying to get haints back in here, then that's, I guess, where you'd be moving to. Or unless you're trying to get them over here.
So, how do I do it? No,
you just move you.
Oh.
Or you can even move these guys, technically. So you could even come here, be 1, grab him, And you would pick this up, remember, because you moved into that square. Then you can move here for 2, pick that one up. Just kind of move your guys over this way, right?
So I pick those, and then he moves the other. He moves this one here.
No. So you went 1, 2, all of them, 3, or you could go 3, 4, because it costs 2 to go into that. So now you have this set up. Now as a second action, you can move again and split them up.
Okay, so my second action, I can move one here.
Maybe 1, 2. And then you could move you or that other guy. Yep. Or both. Well, you kind of need to, you only need to move 1 because you're trying to make a path, right? 3.
I see, I don't know where his function. He's just grabs things?
No, that's your legend. That's you.
See.
These are your helpers.
See, but when she comes with everybody.
The only point of her is when you spawn haints, the haints spawn on top of her or at your house. So it's best to leave her where you want.
I need me for
You also, when it comes to fighting, you can't be defeated. Instead, if you were to be defeated, you get pushed back 1, is what happens. And then you get to defeat a haint somewhere else in the board.
Okay. But then next time I will still need one of these guys here.
Correct.
And here.
So now you get to take your second action, which I guess you want to take your action, right? Take 1 action.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to take 1 action if you flip that over.
So I can
spawn. You get to spawn 4. Now you can only have 4 in 1 cube. So you'd have to put 3 here, 1 there, or you can do any combination, but you can only have 4 total in a block. So the most you could put here would be 3, or you could split 2 and 2, or just however you want to. You could do 3 and 1.
And next time when I move, I can go here?
Yeah.
Only next time?
Yep. That was 3.
Next.
One more.
Oh, so the other one?
4. Yeah, either there or there. It doesn't matter. You just have to split the difference because you can't have more than 4 in that square. Or in that hex. It's a hexagon. It's a grid. Hex. All right, so you did that, which means you're going to get real close to being able to do this one. Oh, you can have the advantage. Okay, so... Oh, and I don't have any cubes to attack with. But if I attack, I do get 1 action first. So I do get 1 action if I do my attack. Well, I already attacked, but I don't get my... Oh, I forgot to take my free action anymore. When I did my attack earlier, I didn't take my free action. I should have gotten 1 free action. So we'll just say that I spawned. Just because I don't want to do the strength in because we already did that. I don't want to do the move because I'm right there where I am. So I don't think that would have impacted anything because I attacked with these guys. So instead, I'm going to spawn, which spawns 1 for me. I only get to spawn 1 per turn. So I just spawned 1. All right. Dang it! I don't want you to complete that. That'll immediately give you your second one. I've done such a bad job of putting out my storms, haven't I? I don't have any upgrades because I didn't get on any spots with upgrades. Amor. Por favor. See. She's got a box under her feet because she needs a box under her feet, and I need to buy her a stool for Christmas. And she's fidgeting with the box. I don't know if you guys hear it. They probably could hear it through the microphones. I don't know. I've really ruined myself. I've not done anything good. I mean, yeah, I've attacked you and I've gotten points from attacking you. So I don't think I have enough cubes in there to attack. So I'm gonna... I guess I'll do my wild action. So that's all I can think to do. So I do my wild action, so I get to go 3 times. So I get to draw 5.
So I need to attack you.
1, 2, 3.
I should have attacked.
4, 5. I don't have many tokens in here. 5. All right, and then I got to put back 1. So I'll put back 1 movement. All right. I get to spawn one. So I'm going to spawn one. No, actually, I'm going to discard my spawn. And instead, I'm going to do distance stirring. One spawn, and all of your spawning this turn can be within your range away from your legend. So actually, I'm going to upgrade that to... Is it this one? No. This one. All right, so I spent that instead. So now when I spawn this, it can be within range of my legend, which is the same as like attack range. This is your range, so it can be within 2 of me. So let me... I want to put it... I really don't know. I don't think it'd help me or hurt me to put it there or there. Okay, there instead. All right, so I have this upgrade. I have this upgrade. I can put my upgrades here so I remember which ones I have and which ones I don't have. All right. So did that strengthen 2. All right. So that was my first. Oh, it'd be nice if you could flip these so that way you could see that you did it or not.
It. Okay.
Yeah, that you used. I guess I'll just slide them down to the bottom. So I did that.
So minor.
Move 2. So I'm going to move 1 and 2. And then I'm going to use this to upgrade that. And these go back in. Actually, that earlier I should have actually sent them that way so I could start picking things up. So this is action number 2. I can do 6 tiles. I don't think I have 6, so I basically just draw everything. I draw 6, put back 2, so I have 4 basically that I get to keep. So I'm going to discard my move to get my double move. I'll put the other move back because I don't want that. All right. So, spawn within range. So, hey, let's do this correctly this time. Move 2. So, 1, 2. Strengthen. There. And then strengthen. There. All right. And then my third action is basically everything in my bag again. I already upgraded this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So strengthen. And put the move back because I don't want to move anymore. So 1, 2, 3 more strengthen. Oh, but at the end of my turn, I can only have 6, so that's just way too much strength. Oh, that was stupid. Okay. Spawn 1 within range of me. That there. And I got to move 2. If I want to move 2, I'll move 1 there. All right. So that is that. So now it's the end of my turn. She's in the bramble, so I can't place the storm. This is where I'm failing, is she's in the bramble because I get points there, so I'm not placing storm. I can only have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I was overzealous on my strengthening. I get to pick up my things. 3, 4. And the question is, do I want to put them back in my bag or do I want to upgrade? This I want to upgrade because that makes sense. So now I can draw tokens towards me. I don't really care for the movement, so I'll put the movement there. Give me another upgrade card. I've got that better spawn card, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I do like the strengthen, so I think I'm going to keep the strengthen for now. Put that back. Okay. That was all for my wild actions. That wild action seems like it will get stupid after a while because you're just going to have so many actions you get to do.
Okay.
You did your wild earlier, right? Did you take 2 or 3?
I think I did all of them.
Okay.
I did all of them.
Okay.
So now I just need to move here. Pero
You don't have
I don't
move,
know.
so all you have is your action or the attack. Now, when you attack, it does allow you to do one free action. So technically, you could try to
Okay,
attack
I'm going
me,
to
but
attack him.
first
See, I need
move or spawn or
to
strengthen.
attack. So how do I spawn?
Okay, so if you want to spawn more,
I need one there.
you have them here.
Well, then I will need to move.
You can't spawn there. Okay, so you want to move.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so you can move there.
But then haven't I completed one that now?
So yes, so then you completed that. So that means this goes all the way back home. That gives you to 4. And now you can, if you want to attack. So I have the advantage, so I get 1 additional cube. So now you take all the cubes, put them in the hole.
Is that all I can? I cannot grab more?
Because you didn't strengthen. You would have wanted to strengthen before that, and that would have allowed you to put 4 more cubes in. That's the strengthen capability. Okay. I don't know what shaking the cubes are gonna do. They're not like dice. Oh, that's a lot. So that means that you did not win, and I defended that attack quite single-handedly. Now, if you do not win, I don't think I get to remove one of yours because I'm just defending. Let me double check the attack rules. Attack steps. Whichever player has the most units involved gets an extra. We already did that. Order attack.
Oh, I need that. A cube.
If the attack was successful, okay. If the attacker cubes fall out fewer than the defender cubes, the attack is unsuccessful. But a haint clash can be initiated if there's at least 1 haint in each attacking and defending. So there is a haint clash because there is haints in both, right? All right. If the attacker has enough cubes, 1, if the haint is in the bramble, 2, they can discard the required number of cubes and kill the haint on the defending hex. However, during a haint clash, the defender also has a choice to discard the required number of cubes to kill a haint on the attacking hex. So, you could discard, because you have 2, you could discard these 2 to kill one of my guys.
Yes.
But I can also discard 2
to kill one of my guys?
to kill one of your guys.
Oh, William.
So your guy go bye-bye, my guy go bye-bye.
Where do I put this here?
Now, the question is, do we get our point for doing that? Each player can only kill a maximum of 1 haint per haint clash. You can't haint clash if there's only a legend on either one. No, it doesn't. Both attacker and victor can choose independently, starting the attacker if they want to spend cubes. It says when you kill a haint, you get a point, and it's not saying specifically you don't get the point, so we both get a point. So you're at 5.
Okay.
I am at 4. All right. All right. So for my last action.
So I'm done.
Yeah, that was your attack, and you're done. Yeah, because you did an action, then you attacked. So for my last action. I can either do an action or I can do my ability. So I think I need to do an action because as much as I'd like to stay in there, I got to get some storms out. So do my action means I can pool 8 total, and I get to keep 4. So I have what? 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5, so I'm going to keep that one. Put that one back. I'm going to keep my spawn. I'm going to put that one back. I'm going to do these 4. Okay. So, so I get to spawn 1 within 1 of me. So I'm going to put him.
But where are you going? Where are you trying to go?
I don't. That's my problem. Is I'm barely getting my storm. I need to get storms so I can take this house and suck it up and destroy it. So I got to do I go to like the Wizard of Oz. I need to build my hurricanes or well, we're in Florida, so hurricanes or my tornadoes, storms all the way to the house.
They look like hurricanes.
Yeah, little hurricanes. So, but the thing is, I can't place my hurricanes unless I'm in a spot to place it. So I can either get 1 point here, or I can just try to start doing my hurricanes with my movement. So I got my 1 strength. I'll discard this movement to get this upgrade. So this is in either order, move and 1 move, and your legend and haints can each move onto 1 adjacent storm for free. So basically they can move 2 storms for free when I pull that one. So, okay. So I have 2 movement. All right, that's fine. So I've got to start building my storm. So I can't go there. So let's just go here. I'm just getting my turn there. So I end my turn there, so I build a storm. Come here, you. They're carrying her. They're like, you're our queen. All right. So that was my 3rd action, right? Was this one. All right. So anybody in the bramble? No. Anybody at 7? No. So refresh. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and you get the first player marker, so you get to go first. All right. Okay.
These don't work.
These don't work. Now you got that guy way over there, but that means you got to get around.
And what if I get him?
You win.
No, because, well, I have only 1 point more than you.
No, he's worth 2 though. The houses and all that's worth 2. So
but then if you get hit and you attack, you might get more points.
If I use my entire turn for attacking, I could get a total of 3 points this round. Yes. So technically, I didn't need to start building storms. I could have just won by attacking.
See, I don't know.
As long as I have enough cubes and there's enough. Remember, I have to have enough cubes fall out of that thing for me to eliminate one of yours.
How can I spawn? With this.
With that, which you can do either with your wild action or your single action. So it depends how much do you want to do this turn. If you want to do as much, if you want to do lots before it's my turn,
I think I have to do lots.
You would do the wild.
I'm gonna do the wild.
All right, so you can take 4 actions.
4 actions.
Yep.
So spawn.
So you get 4. You get to spawn 4, right?
Oh, that's a lot. No.
So basically, all you can do is 2 and 2. You're maxed out by doing that. So 2 on this one and then 2 on that one.
They always spawn there.
They spawn at your home
House
or where you are.
The legend. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep. So that's your first action.
Move.
Okay.
But then I have to move 1, 2, like 3, 4 times.
If you,
I would have to.
You'd have to be 1, 2, 3. Drop a guy off. 4. You win.
But don't I need 1 there? I need 1 there.
Oh, you need 1 more there. Yeah. So you'd be able to go.
Oh my God! Now I'm so nervous because
1,
then now you're gonna attack me.
2, 3, 4. But again, you have another action or more.
Sí, pero how can
move?
Pero move 1 and then I won't. Oh, because he's still there. Forgot about. I mean, she
was still there. There we go. So Anthony wins. So it is supposed to be kind of a quick game, and so that was.
It says 45 minutes.
It says 45 minutes, and I don't know how long we've been streaming.
We started at 8.
I don't see the time thing. We started at 8, so 9 o'clock plus explanation. It's 45 minutes. It says your first game may go a little bit longer. But it looks like a lot of strategy in different ways that you can win, because I got 4 points just from attacking. Now, later chapters, that's not going to be as advantageous. Also, in later chapters, the houses aren't in those spots. All the houses aren't out at 1 round. Okay. I get to put the houses out. This is what these are for. So each round, basically, there's 4 instead of 3. and each round you put one of these out in the any location that matches that symbol. So the marsh or the forest or whatever. So later it's going to get a little bit harder because you're easy. You had that full path. I didn't take out that full path first turn, and then you were able to just keep funneling everybody down that row, right? And I was stupid and took her straight to the bramble instead of leaving her here. Otherwise, I would have had this on my second turn, right? And would have been able to keep building.
So this one, I didn't get it. I don't know what a map is.
Reinforce.
Oh, it's
Move up to
another...
3 of your haints from other hexes on this or another map to this map and place them on hexes with your legend or your other haints.
What map? Is there another?
There are multiple maps, but you wouldn't be playing them all at the same time. Move to 3 of your haints from other hexes on this. I don't get the or another map to this map.
I don't either.
I don't think you're ever playing with 2 maps.
Or maybe they mean like water and hay and...
No, I mean I would have to read later in the thing. I don't think you ever play with 2 boards, 2 maps. That would be my only assumption is, yeah, if you had 2 maps, then you'd be able to move them from this map over to this map if you had a bigger playing board. Maybe when you play 3 players.
This is 2 because of 2 players?
This is, no.
Or the chapter 2?
No, it's just board number 2. There's board 1, 2, and 3. I think the backs are black. My only assumption, again, I haven't read the rules that we weren't going to play, and it's very possible that in a 3-player game you use both maps. So then that would allow you to move them. But yeah. So there we go. We're going to go ahead and flip over for our first impressions. It doesn't work very well when I have the wrong screen up. So we'll go ahead and give our first impressions of Harrow County. All right, so there we go. So of course we do want to remind everybody this is a prototype. It's a pretty good prototype. I feel like it's almost ready for production. Again, we had the issue with the cubes where I do believe I didn't have enough cubes, so these aqua ones were in there. So I had imagined that, of course,
maybe because this like blends with this, they change it to the darker blue.
Darker blue, maybe. I don't know. But components wise, I like the little minis.
I love them.
Cute.
They look like wax, like candle.
Like wax. Now these are your guys, all of them. I don't know if you've noticed, in the side there's a little hole.
Yeah.
That's so when the witch,
I
forget what her name is, she actually has these little
I had not
snakes.
seen that. I thought you meant something like a boo-boo that I saw.
No, she has these little snakes and you put them in their ear. So in the comics, that's what happened. She put the snakes to whisper because it was like evil, right? Kind of like Satan, right? Snakes. And so they would whisper into their ears. So you put them in here and then she gets to control them. So that's something she gets to do is that.
Wow.
So that's cool. I like these little rings. They're neat.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they're already printed. They're going to be printed this way. So it kind of looks like you said, like a hurricane or a storm already. It's not textured, so it's like painted on there. So then you don't have to worry about like doing it yourself.
So here there was already a hurricane, Amor.
Yeah, I just put them there so it was easier to see visually. I put them down there. We got plenty of them. No, I like them. The player boards are good. The tiles are good.
This is really nice.
They do need a bigger bag.
Oh, see.
My hand, no way, shape, or form fit in this bag. So hopefully they have a bigger bag in there. The everything else, I mean, yeah, the components are good. The cards are good.
Everything. This is so nice.
Oh, that's probably the biggest thing is the cube tower. I like the cube tower. I think it's neat. I think it is very random, but it does encourage you to have to use your strengthen abilities. So that way you can make sure you get as many cubes, all 6 that you can possibly have almost like every turn. But I do like that. My only fear is the wear and tear, both on the box and the actual cube tower. So I get that it's in the box and it's nice because the tree and the opening of the tree is in the comics. It's very crucial to that. I would have probably preferred a wooden cube tower that's outside of the box, right? Because then it's more sturdy. Wood is sturdier than cardboard, right?
But I still think that, yes, you're right, but I still think that it is very ingenious.
Ingenious, yeah. Very clever how they did it.
Yeah.
So I do like it. I like what it is. My concern is just longevity by having it in the box.
Okay.
Right? That's my only concern. Boxes are easily crushed, damaged, over time. So That would be my only concern. But otherwise, everything else is good. I like that there's variable maps. I like that there's variable player powers. There's, like I said, there's more of these little player abilities in the box. The rules didn't explain how to use them. I imagine because they were part of stretch goals. There's additional characters as well that the first chapters don't explain that have more variable powers. So I like that because that adds variety to the game, right? It adds longevity because you can just mix and match the boards, mix and match the powers, everything to make the game different.
I think that what you said about showing that you have used your wild actions.
Yeah, I would
flip on them,
flip to show that you used it to make it
nothing or
recognizable.
darker or something. But that's it.
That, and then, of course, the main thing is player aids. On the back of the rule manual would be good, but it's always, again, nice to have a single player aid for each person. They've kind of got a player aid here, but it doesn't have like the turn order stuff and the in-phase stuff. So more that's the kind of player aid I'm looking for, not the how much does it cost, how much does it is.
Yeah.
Like here, it basically says that you get 3 cards to start the game, 1 wild to start the game, and 3 haints to start the game. And then it says how much your movement is, how much your range is, and then what your special ability is. You've got tons of stuff up there, and it's talking about your
they can put this
the different people's things
together.
This is the you can't put it inside of the bramble, and then these are for the other members that you're not playing with. One has fire, and then I don't know what the bear thing is.
It's a person.
Oh, it's a little person thing. Oh, it's the fire is one of the bad guys. So one of the bad guys gets to put fire, and then one of the bad guys has her dolls, her sister, which is in chapter 4, I think. So yeah, just a player aid. Player aid's nice. Next is the mechanics. So there's quite a few different mechanics going on, right? There's kind of area control, in the sense. Not in the sense of you control it, I take it over, because I can't come into the areas you are, but you control an area, I'm trying to knock you out. There's in my case, the bag building, right? I'm trying to make my bag build better with my upgrade cards. There is the just regular player versus player type aspect. There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of just different things here. So what did you think of the mechanics? I know at first the jars were kind of getting you.
Yeah. But no, I mean, everything together makes sense now.
Yeah. So it is abstract strategy, kind of like chess. Got to move around the board.
And randomness.
And randomness from the cube.
The attack is...
Yeah. So there are a couple things that some people might not like. Now, my character had an ability to get around the randomness because I could just take 3 cubes guaranteed per battle. But that was one of my actions. That took one of my actions, and it's not part of the wild action. So it literally is an entire action that I had to plan for, right? And I did it early on, and I probably didn't need to because I didn't need those cubes that time. What did you think of the battle system, though, using the cubes and whatnot?
I liked it, using the cubes in here.
Yeah. What about the battle itself, by the number of people that you had in there? Because we did just play Wonderland's War. So we did just play a kind of area control battle game where we needed to do something to attack. This, compared to that, which one did you find easier mechanically to play with?
This one.
This one. The only thing that, it not to say it doesn't make sense, is having more haints in an area doesn't really make sense past the number that your opponent has, right? So me having, there's only 3 there.
You had 4 at some point.
Yeah, so me having 4 doesn't really do anything if Oddity didn't have 3 in a spot. Like she had 1, 1, 1, 1 because she had her chain, which did make it easier for me to break your chain.
Because you attacked
I attacked the one guy. So it makes sense to add more because then it doesn't break your chain. But me, I don't need them all in a row. So for me, it's like when I was doing some of my actions, I was like keeping them around.
So you could have attacked with 1?
Yeah. If I attack my 1 versus your 1, that's still an attack, right? If you had 2 and I had 1, I could still attack. The only disadvantage to me is you get 1 extra cube. So whoever has the most gets 1 extra cube. You know, it'd be the same as, Audrey's, you've never played Risk. Risk is probably the most classic area control game I've played. I'd love to play the new Risk because it's kind of a Risk Legacy, because I love Risk Legacy, but I don't think there's any 2-player modes for it. So it wouldn't work well. They don't have an AI and it's not like this. But if I'm going in and attacking you with so many people, I can roll so many dice. Basically, I can roll enough dice equal to the number of people that I have. Because if I lose that number of people. As you're attacking, you lose people.
Okay.
So like in this one, you attacked, you lost, you didn't lose people unless you decided to do a haint battle. Then you opened yourself to losing 1 because I could also do the haint battle and get rid of 1 as well. So that's very interesting. I like that there were different ways to... There are possibly different ways to win. Now, again, that's at chapter 1 and 2. Later chapters, it may be harder to win without doing your actual objectives. So we didn't get to do that, so we can't really explain. I've read the rules on it. I think that does open up a lot where all of your townsfolk wouldn't have been out at the same time. And I would have been able to strategically put the house as far away from your little chain gang as possible. So I think that will start adding more, and I think it does give more variability. I don't know how the scoring goes, and if it would be, I don't think it would be easy for me to get as many points as I did, because in the later ones, remember I said you have to eliminate 2 to get a point, or you have to eliminate 3 to get a point. Whereas right now, every one was giving me 1 point.
It's going to give you points. Yeah. 1 or 2? No, 1 per
1
thing
for them.
and 2 per
objective. Yep. And then 1 per staying in the bramble, right? So that's the same thing. You'd stand in the bramble every single round and just keep racking up points every round. And then that would eventually get you to the point where it's like, oh, I need to get in there and attack him to get him out of the bramble, right? Because I take more damage. You only have to get rid of 1 cube to get me out of the bramble versus 2 cubes anywhere else. Anything else about the mechanics you didn't like? Somebody thinks somebody else might not like?
No.
No?
Really don't.
So that's mechanics. Next is difficulty. Now, we can only rate the difficulty up to chapter 2. Now, again, we skipped chapter 1 completely. Jumping in at chapter 2, it added a little bit of things. But at chapter 2, how difficult do you think this was?
Playing it to win? I don't think it was. I mean,
well, to learn, then to figure out the actions, figure out what you were supposed to do.
I think it is not very easy. No. Super easy.
Well, it's 14 plus, so that's usually about a 3 on your scale whenever it's 14 plus. Okay. Again, it could be because these little guys look delicious, like Audrey said. They look like gummy bears. Well, you might want to put them in your mouth. Shouldn't do that. I don't know what content creator had this before. They might be.
No. Don't do this at home.
It could have been Quackalope. You know, he likes the mouthfeel. So half of these could have been in Quackalope's mouth for all we know. Just he likes tasting
But
things.
No, I think it was not very difficult.
I would say
but there were things that I don't know. You were planning a lot.
I was helping you plan your actions.
Exactly, and it was like
what? I was trying to plan yours, which made me not plan mine, which was just basically completely counterintuitive. And that's usually what happens when we play a slightly more difficult game. And you guys can.
He plays for me, so I win.
If you guys can, if ever look, if I'm playing more for her than I'm playing for myself, and then Audrey ends up winning, that usually means it's a little bit more on the difficult side, because I'm doing a teach, and while I'm doing a teach for Audrey while she's playing, I'm not concentrating as much on my own play. But I do have to say, the chapter type rollout is really nice. We played a couple other games that are like that. The OP does a lot of games like that, where they do that chaptered rollout so you can gradually introduce the new rules. So you're not taking a game that's probably, when it's fully done, maybe like a 3.5. But if you started at chapter 1, easy, What are you doing, sweetie?
Bella?
She got a frog in her throat. Hola. But yeah, I like that chapter. I would imagine chapter 1's probably about a 2.5. I'd say what we played here is probably closer to a 3. And then I think it just adds as you go. So probably at the end, it's probably about a 3.5 on the difficulty scale. Next is Fun at 2. Well, considering the game is, in my opinion, and really the way it's packaged in the first several chapters, is a 2-player game, I think it's fine at 2. It works at 2. It's fun at 2. Area control games at 2 are hard to find. Like, they're really hard to find. The same as hidden movement games. So Off the Page's first game, of course, was Mind Management, also based on a comic book, which, of course, also I'm going to have to read because we're getting ready to ship them. So we'll get our copy and be able to play that. But I've heard that is one of the best hidden movement games to play at 2 players. I think the same thing here. I think Off the Page has really narrowed in on that 2-player for games that normally don't play well at 2 players. Think about Wonderland's War. Mm-hmm. We didn't care for that area control as much. Right? This felt more like we were going around and attacking and doing things. And felt like even without the area control, there were things for us to do and accomplish. Right? So, did you have fun at 2?
I liked it at 2. I was saying that is 1, 2, 3.
The 3rd player, what they do is they control the witch. And I read the comics. I'm horrible with names. Let me see what her name is. But they control the witch against us. So she basically is getting added to the game to basically annoy us. That's kind of what she does. She gets added in chapter 5. Hester, that was her name. She was the original witch that got burnt at the stake. So Hester comes in, and she basically, what is she trying to do? Hester is trying to come back to life. Once she comes to life, then she wants to eat the other legends to gain their powers. It's important that all players have previously played the 2-player version. So she's basically just coming on the board and trying to eat us.
So, but does she have like the same, with the same?
No, remember, she controls our minions with the snakes.
Oh, okay.
So she doesn't have minions. She ends up controlling ours with the snakes. She has brown roots and black roots that she puts out. She has bonfire tokens. She has brown cubes. Oh, no, she has the teal cubes. So she has 6 teal cubes, 6 brown cubes, 6 yellow cubes, 6 green cubes.
Oh.
So maybe mine's just missing some blue cubes. Mm-hmm. Or maybe, no. I think that's what happened. Mine got mixed up. I only had 6 blue cubes. That's what it is. So.
But then.
Ours is messed up. Prototype. Mine should have had 20 blue cubes and 6 teal cubes. We had like 20 teal cubes and 6 blue cubes. Ours was just backwards. That's prototype. Prototype. Somebody in the factory forgot how to count that day, or they ran out of cubes.
Or they forgot their colors.
Or they forgot their colors. No, they could be colorblind, and we do have to, forgive them for that. We don't forgive them. We have to accept them for that. Lo siento.
Sorry.
Sorry. Foot and mouth disease. So yeah, I think it's fun too. I don't know if I'd want to. I think it'd be interesting to play with somebody trying to kill you, but the only problem is this board is small, and I think in my opinion, it would interrupt me too much for trying to accomplish what I was doing. I was already struggling to get out my storms. I don't want to struggle also with running away from a maniacal witch that wants to kill me and eat me. In the comics, she does that. She eats the other ones to get their powers. Okay. Or she ate 1 or 2 to get their powers. But no, it's fun too. 4 players?
No, it says.
It says 1 to 3. No, they added a 4th player expansion there. It's a fairy faction or something. I don't know what it is. I didn't read it. It's not in the rule book either. I don't know. I think it's a 2-player game, and I think they did very well with area control in a 2-player game.
Yeah, 2-player game is great.
Again, that's hard. That's hard to get 2-player in area control. Next is theme. So if you've read the comics, the theme is good. If you haven't read the comics, I don't know if the theme would do anything for you. So it's twofold. One is the comic book itself. The second is the theme of Harrow County, a gothic conflict with witches coming back to life, and you're trying to defend it, and you're either the protectors trying to defend Harrow County. Oh, there's one of the kids. Or you are the family or Kammi trying to destroy. What did you think of the theme?
Well, I have no idea about the comics. I just played like there are two witches who need to attack and destroy something to get their objectives.
Yeah.
And that worked.
No.
I mean,
And
I didn't really need to know about the comics for playing it.
Yeah, and I read the comics. I read them really quick. I've not read them more than once. I remember some of them having, like the family, each one had different abilities. One was able to stitch life and death. She was able to control nature and stuff like that. I don't know if the abilities really match the theme well. I remember at one point in the comic, they sent down a storm, but they weren't technically trying to do that in the beginning. In the beginning, they were trying to get Emmy on their side because they didn't want her to turn evil. But the way they wanted to do it wasn't very nice because they were really evil. So they had their laws that they were created by their father. So the theme's there because I know the characters and I know what's going on. I think once you get Kammi and she has her doll with her soul in it, that would make sense. That's very thematic. I think with, what's her name again? Hester or whatever her name is, the witch. I think same thing. Her coming in, trying to eat the other ones. That feels thematic. So yeah, if you've read the comics, it's definitely you're gonna feel. You're gonna feel that and be more. Yeah, it's like us playing a Marvel game, right? Audrey has watched the Marvel movies, so any Marvel game she's more invested in.
It's ugly.
It is very ugly. That the actual comic is a little graphic. It is gothic. There is. You didn't have your skinless boy, did you? One of the protectors is the skinless boy, which is her haint. There he is. I think that's the skinless boy. Maybe that's no, that's Gumption.
But this is.
Yeah. So basically, it's a boy with his skin off, and the skin she carries around in a satchel. And if you go out to the Kickstarter, you can actually get the satchel edition, which includes the skinless boy. Yeah, Audrey's now finally looking all of her abilities pictures. All right. So yeah, that is the thing. All right. Anything else you got to say?
No.
No, that's it.
No,
All right, so
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Enjoyed it. Yep. If it was a different thing, maybe enjoy it a little bit more. If it was more friendly theme, maybe.
In my case, but I know most people love this type of things.
Not most, some.
Many. I think like the horror,
grotesque.
I just don't.
No,
I
yeah.
prefer cute things.
Cute things.
Or pirates, for some
Pirates,
reason.
She don't mind skeletons running across
Oh, look
the
at
broadside of it. Yeah, there he is. That's the skinless boy. That's her friend. That's her amigo. She helped him out of a bad patch, so then he helps her. All right, so that is Harrow County. If you want to back this on Kickstarter, it is up, I think, until Tuesday. Afterwards, of course, there will probably be a late pledge that you'll be able to go and pick it up as well. Multiple editions, deluxe pieces, upgraded components, all that stuff. But if they want to watch more Kickstarter content, what do they need to do?
Subscribe, activate notifications, follow us on social media, and
all
that
stuff. Until next time, guys.
Adios.
Peace.